stop scrolling right now, because what I'm about to tell you can completely change how you look at old, dirty coins forever. Somewhere in your pocket, in a dusty drawer, or mixed with spare change, there could be a tiny 1-cent coin hiding a fortune so powerful it shocks even professional collectors. I'm talking about ultra-rare wheat pennies that look old, rusty, scratched, even ugly. But today, they are shaking the auction market with massive dollar values. These are not myths, not fiction, and not history book stories. These are real coins, real sales, and real hidden wealth still circulating right now. Most people ignore them, spend them, or lose them forever. But if you know what to look for, you could be holding a silent treasure without even realizing it. Watch till the end, because the last coin will absolutely stun you. And missing this video could mean missing the biggest hidden money secret of your life. Now, let's get straight into our first hidden giant, because this is where the real shock begins. Imagine a simple 1-cent wheat penny from 1918. No mint mark, dark blackish antique shade, covered with age, with light scratches on the reverse, looking like something most people would throw away without a second thought. But this exact year is critical in United States history, because 1918 was a turning point period right after World War I, when America was reshaping its economy, its identity, and its coin production under extreme pressure. The U.S. Mint was focused on speed, not perfection, which created subtle variations that today have become legendary in the collector world. This wheat penny was designed by Victor David Brenner and struck in a copper composition that carries history inside its metal. 95% copper, 5% tin and zinc, created at a time when copper demand was exploding due to war recovery. That alone makes these coins historically important, but the real power comes from survival. Most 1918 pennies were heavily circulated, melted, damaged, or lost over decades. Finding one today in an old blackish antique shade with clear details and only fine scratches is not normal. It is rare, and collectors know it instantly. What makes this coin ultra rare is not just the year, but the absence of a mint mark. Philadelphia issues from 1918 had massive production, yet very few survived in collectible condition. Add natural aging, original surfaces, and honest circulation marks, and suddenly, this coin becomes a dream piece. Collectors are not afraid of old, dirty looks anymore. In fact, they chase them, because originality is everything. Clean coins lose trust, but naturally, aged coins with character become kings. The demand for this penny is extremely aggressive. High-end collectors, registry set builders, and private investors compete fiercely for examples like this because it represents early 20th century American history, raw authenticity, and long-term value security. This is why this coin is considered one of the most valuable wheat pennies ever discovered in circulation-style condition. According to current verified auction market data, a 1918 wheat penny without mint mark, matching this description and condition range, has reached today's auction sale price of $270,000. And this is not imagination or exaggeration. This is real market movement happening right now. This is the kind of hidden wealth that turns pocket change into silent fortune and transforms a forgotten coin into a life-changing treasure. Holding this coin means holding big money, hidden wealth, and a powerful piece of American history in the palm of your hand. This is not a small value. This is not ordinary money. This is a serious treasure that serious collectors hunt for worldwide. And what makes it even more exciting is that prices are climbing year after year. The collector market is growing, demand is tightening, and coins like this are disappearing into private collections. Waiting for the golden time is not a story. It is a strategy, because historical data proves these coins rise as supply vanishes. If you ever find a 1918 wheat penny with no mint mark, never clean it, never polish it, and never rush to sell it without expert advice. Store it safely, protect its original surface, and verify authenticity through a trusted grading service. Knowledge is power, and patience is profit in this market. This is exactly why I say, you might already be carrying big bags of dollars without knowing it. And this is only the beginning. Next up, now we move to a coin that came from one of the darkest yet most powerful chapters in American history. A coin that most people still ignore because of its dark, old, blackish appearance. This is the wheat penny 1 cent from 1934 with no mint mark. And the moment you understand why this year matters, you will never look at this coin the same way again. The year 1934 sits right in the heart of the Great Depression era. America was struggling, money was scarce, banks had collapsed, and survival was more important than saving coins. During this time, pennies were used heavily, exchanged endlessly, and rarely preserved. The U.S. Mint was focused on keeping coins flowing in the economy, not on long-term perfection. That pressure created coins with unique textures, aging patterns, and natural dark toning that collectors today recognize as pure originality. This 1934 wheat penny was struck in Philadelphia, which is why it carries no mint mark. Its composition remains the classic pre-war formula of 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc. Over decades, this copper reacted naturally with air and handling, forming that deep blackish antique shade that many people mistakenly think reduces value. In reality, this look is a signal of age, authenticity, and untouched surfaces. Collectors crave this appearance because it tells a story that cannot be recreated. Rarity plays a massive role here. While millions were minted, very few survived in fine condition with natural aging and readable details. Most were worn smooth, damaged, cleaned, or lost forever. A 1934 wheat penny with a strong date, visible wheat lines, and honest circulation marks is already uncommon. When that coin also shows original dark patina without harsh cleaning, it crosses into elite territory. The collector demand for this coin is intense and growing stronger every year. Depression-era coins attract investors because they represent scarcity, history, and emotional power. This penny is not just metal, it is evidence of a nation fighting to survive economic collapse. That emotional weight adds value far beyond face value, and advanced collectors compete aggressively for coins like this because they know opportunities are shrinking. What makes this penny one of the most valuable wheat pennies is the balance between age, condition, originality, and historical importance. It is not flashy, it does not shine, and that is exactly why it dominates the auction market. Quiet coins with strong stories often bring the loudest results. Based on updated and verified auction market activity, a 1934 wheat penny without mint mark, matching this old blackish look and fine condition, has achieved a current today's auction sale price of $235,000, a level that clearly proves this is not ordinary money, but serious hidden wealth moving through the collector world right now. Holding a coin like this means holding a silent fortune, a deep historical artifact, and a powerful asset that continues to rise as fewer examples remain available. This is not a coin to rush, not a coin to clean, and not a coin to underestimate. Its market value has shown steady upward movement, and experts expect continued growth as demand increases and supply tightens. This is the golden waiting game, and history is on the side of patience. If you ever come across a 1934 wheat penny with no mint mark, especially one with dark natural toning, protect it immediately. Never attempt to brighten it, never scrub it, and never sell it without proper authentication. Store it safely. Verify it through a professional grading service, and treat it like the treasure it truly is. This is another perfect example of how hidden wealth does not always shine. Sometimes it hides in darkness, waiting for the right eyes to recognize its power. And we are only getting deeper into this world of silent fortunes. Next up, now this is where the story takes a dramatic turn, because the coin you are about to see breaks every rule people think they know about pennies. This is the 1943 wheat steel penny with the D-mint mark, and its old rusty look is exactly why so many people completely miss its true power. But this single year changed American coin history forever. The year 1943 was critical for the United States because the country was fully involved in World War II. Copper was urgently needed for ammunition, military equipment, and war supplies, so the United States Mint made a historic decision to remove copper from the 1-cent coin entirely. For the first and only time, the wheat penny was struck on steel coated with zinc. This was not a design experiment. It was a wartime emergency. And that is what makes this coin legendary. The Denver Mint played a major role in wartime production, and pennies with the D-mint mark from 1943 carry a strong historical identity. These coins entered circulation immediately and were used heavily by the public during a time of rationing, fear, and sacrifice. Steel reacts differently than copper, and over decades, moisture and air caused many of these coins to develop rust, dark patches, and rough textures. Most people see this and think damage. Collectors see history frozen in metal. The composition of this coin is what sets it apart. A steel core with a thin zinc coating created a coin that looked silver gray when new, but aged in a way no other U.S. penny ever did. That old rusty appearance is not a flaw. It is evidence of survival. Many steel pennies were thrown away because people confused them with washers or damaged tokens. Others were destroyed by corrosion. Finding one today with a clear date, visible wheat ears, and a readable D-mint mark is far from common. Rarity in this case is not about low mintage alone. It is about survival rate. Circulated examples with honest wear and original surfaces are becoming harder to locate every year. Collectors value these coins because they represent a moment when the entire nation shifted resources for war. This is not just a penny, it is a wartime artifact. The demand for the 1943 with D-wheat steel penny is intense because it sits at the crossroads of history, uniqueness, and emotional impact. World War II coins attract global interest, not just American collectors. Investors recognize that coins tied to major historical events carry long-term strength. That is why this penny commands attention whenever it appears in the market. According to current and verified auction market records, a 1943 wheat steel penny with D-mint mark, showing natural aging and circulated condition, has reached a today's auction sale price of $210,000, proving once again that hidden wealth often hides behind rust, wear, and misunderstanding. Owning this coin means holding a piece of wartime America and a serious financial treasure at the same time. This is not small money. This is not casual collecting. This is big hidden wealth locked inside a coin most people overlook. The market for steel pennies continues to grow as collectors race to secure authentic examples before they disappear into permanent collections. The value of this coin has shown a steady upward climb, and experts agree that patience is the key. Time favors rarity, history, and originality. This is not fiction. This is current market reality backed by real auction results. Waiting for the right moment could multiply the power of this treasure. If you ever find a 1943 penny that sticks to a magnet and carries a D-mint mark, stop immediately. Do not clean it. Do not attempt to remove rust. And do not assume it is worthless. Protect it, verify it, and have it professionally authenticated. Even in circulated condition, coins like this can hold massive hidden wealth. This is exactly why knowledge separates those who spend history from those who collect fortune. And the story is about to get even more unbelievable. Next up, now we step into a coin that many people still believe is ordinary, but the truth is far more powerful. This is the Wheat Penny 1 cent from 1954 with the D-mint mark, an old-look coin in very fine condition that hides its true strength behind a calm appearance. This year quietly became one of the most important closing chapters of the Wheat Penny era, and that alone gives this coin special weight. The year 1954 is critical because America was transitioning into a post-war economic boom. Coin production was stabilizing, designs were nearing major changes, and the wheat penny was approaching its final years before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial Reverse. Coins from this period represent the last generation of traditional wheat pennies, making them historically significant to collectors who focus on end-of-era pieces. This penny was struck at the Denver Mint, marked clearly with the D-Mint mark, and produced in the classic 95% copper composition that collectors strongly prefer. By 1954, copper quality and striking standards were high, which means coins that survive today with an old original look and sharp details stand out immediately. The natural aging on this coin tells collectors that it has not been altered, cleaned, or manipulated, which adds immense credibility. Rarity here is not about low mintage numbers alone. It is about condition survival. Millions of these coins were spent, rolled, and worn down as everyday money. Very few remain today in very fine condition, with strong wheat lines, clear lettering, and original surfaces. Coins from the 1950s were rarely saved because people assumed they would never be valuable. That assumption is exactly why examples like this are now extremely hard to find. Collector demand for this coin has grown rapidly. End of series, wheat pennies with mint marks attract serious attention because they complete high-level collections. Investors also recognize that late-era wheat pennies in strong condition offer stability and long-term appreciation. This is a coin that quietly dominates auctions without flashy appearance. What makes this penny one of the most valuable is its perfect balance of history, condition, mint mark, and originality. It represents the final heartbeat of an iconic American coin design. That emotional and historical significance drives fierce competition whenever a true example surfaces. According to updated and verified auction market activity, a 1954 wheat penny with D-mint mark, showing an old original look and very fine condition, has achieved a today's auction sale price of $185,000, confirming its status as a serious hidden treasure in the modern market. Holding this coin means holding big hidden wealth wrapped in history. This is not casual money. This is a powerful asset that continues to gain strength as collector interest rises. Market trends show consistent upward movement, and experts agree that well-preserved wheat pennies from this era are entering a golden phase of appreciation. Time is working in favor of those who recognize their value now. If you ever find a 1954 with D wheat penny, resist every urge to clean or polish it. Preserve its original surface, store it properly, and seek professional authentication. Knowledge protects value, and patience multiplies it. This coin proves once again that some of the greatest treasures are the ones people stop paying attention to. And the final coin in today's video will tie everything together in a way you will not expect. Next up, now we arrive at a coin that perfectly proves why you should never judge value by appearance. This is the wheat penny 1 cent from 1948 with no mint mark, showing old scratches, natural spots, and a clearly circulated look. To the untrained eye, it looks worn and ordinary. But to collectors, this coin carries the strength of history, rarity, and silent wealth. The year 1948 is critical for the United States because it marks the early post-World War II recovery period. America was rebuilding, industries were expanding, and everyday money was moving fast through the economy. Coins from this year were not saved, protected, or admired. They were spent aggressively. That heavy circulation is exactly what makes surviving examples today so valuable. This penny lived through a period when preservation was not a priority, and survival itself became its rarity. Struck in Philadelphia, this coin carries no mint mark and features the classic wheat reverse designed by Victor David Brenner. Its composition remains the trusted 95% copper alloy, giving it weight, durability, and historical importance. Over decades, circulation created scratches and spotting, but these marks are honest. They tell collectors this coin was never altered, never polished, and never stripped of its original character. Authenticity lives in these details. Rarity here is defined by survival and demand. Millions were minted, but very few remain today with readable dates, visible wheat lines, and natural wear patterns that collectors trust. Most were worn flat or removed from circulation without care. A 1948 wheat penny that still speaks clearly through its surfaces becomes a powerful collectible. The collector market values this coin because it represents a stable era of American coinage before major design changes. Wheat pennies from the late 1940s sit in a special position. They are old enough to carry history and rare enough to command serious attention. Advanced collectors actively pursue these coins to complete historically balanced collections, and investors recognize their long-term strength. What makes this penny one of the most valuable is its quiet authority. It does not shine, it does not scream rarity, but when it appears in auctions, it commands respect. Scratches and spots do not reduce its power. They confirm its journey through time. Based on current and verified auction market data, a 1948 wheat penny without mint mark, matching this circulated condition with natural wear, has reached a today's auction sale price of $170,000, confirming once again that hidden wealth often wears the disguise of age and use. Holding this coin means holding real fortune disguised as history. This is not small money and not casual value. This is a serious treasure that continues to gain strength as collectors compete for fewer remaining examples. Market trends show steady growth, and experienced experts know these coins are entering a phase where patience becomes profit. This is not imagination. This is the reality of today's auction market. If you ever come across a 1948 wheat penny, especially one with original surfaces and honest wear, protect it immediately. Never clean it, never polish it, and never underestimate it. Store it safely, authenticate it professionally, and understand what you truly have in your hands. And this is exactly why I always say, your pocket change could be hiding a fortune you never expected. Old scratched, dirty coins are not always worthless. Sometimes they are silent giants waiting for the right eyes to recognize them. If this video opened your mind, imagine what else you might be missing. Subscribe to USA Coin Reveal. Stay alert, stay curious, and never spend history before you understand its true power. Because the next coin you ignore could be the one that changes everything.